it says, then it goes here, the first thing is police, amending chapter 256 vehicles and traffic. Jimmy? Where's that? Joe?
Isn't that the standard thing?
What
we
that
do?
is, it's all year long.
That's what Bob
Anything
said.
we do by resolution, one time a year, we take and we put it all into the ordinance, so it's passed and in the book.
Okay, that's what Barb said, so we don't have any problem with that, right? Okay,
No.
administration, amending bidding requirements, that's what we talked
Oh,
about.
that's the Corbett law that
Okay,
Kenny's opposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am opposed to
Okay.
that. I'm just gonna
Well,
let you
okay.
people know right off the bat, I don't think we need to
We
raise
know
that
we
limit
heard
to
the last time.
$18,000.
okay, authorizing an account for the 2012 bond proceeds.
Here he
Are
comes.
you sure that's the bidding process? That's
I'm
the
just,
one
this
that
is,
the legislature passed to raise the limit on no bid contracts to
Act
18,000?
92,
Yes.
boroughs.
I thought we acted on that, didn't we
No.
pass?
No, we
5?
acted on,
We authorize me to prepare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the governor signed into law 4 pieces of legislation on November, it became effective in November. Boroughs, first-class township, second-class township municipal authorities,
yeah.
increasing their limits to 18.5.
Yeah, we talked about that the last time.
And we generally follow the
We're
borough
moving
code.
along.
You know,
We're
we don't have something in our own home rule charter.
Okay, we're on administration, now we're on authorizing an account for the 2012 bond proceeds.
Yes, there will be a resolution, the account's already been established, it will be ratifying that establishment of that account at PNC Bank. In terms of the account itself, I'd have to talk with Alex, but basically it's a holding account for those funds until we expend them.
Okay. Old business parking authority appointment, John Hauser.
yeah, his appointment's up,
His term's
Yeah,
up.
so we.
I spoke to him, he does want, in fact, I understand he did send a letter,
Okay, we were talking about, did anybody else apply?
not that I'm aware of.
All right, planning commission appointment, Wayne Douglas. Okay, manager update. All right, guess you got your email, hired Jared Tronzo, no city funds, community outreach and sustainability issues. He's here already, he has an office.
Right.
Anybody have any questions about that? Cause I can answer them if
Yeah.
anybody does. Everybody got the email from Alex about Jared, so.
I thought he was being arrested because he was in the police office. I don't know. Okay, next, 2012 $3.885 million bond issue closed this week. Money's in the bank. Parking authority meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, January 24th at 4:30 with Carl Walker Construction in attendance. And Ken and I and Joe and a slew of people, we had a meeting Friday with them. It was very productive. I thought, wonderful, great meeting. Okay, next page. We have been researching options for upgrades to the parking system and for raising rates, fines, and fees, because Alex keeps meeting and Joe about, right, this would be about the meters that we can't get parts and try to update them. And see what we're gonna put in the garage.
You brought Alex.
I tried.
You bring him.
Okay. All right, then, I don't have the letters, it's attached, that letter to be submitted by next Friday relating to the closing of our district magistrate's office.
I reviewed that letter.
Okay, I don't
And
know.
I made a few comments to Alex.
Okay.
It's a very good letter. Basically, he outlined the fact that this is a commercial corridor here. We have St. Vincent College, we have the airport, and the fact that we had already lost one office in this area, District Justice Cruz, so many years ago, who was here in town. And basically, this letter is asking that they reconsider eliminating this office. The two things that we have going against us is that Mike is going to get mandatory retirement age. I'm not so sure there's anybody else around the county that is as close to mandatory retirement as Mike is. So the office would not close until he basically hit mandatory retirement age. And the other problem is that we have Mark Billick and Mike Mahady, what, 1.5 miles, 2 miles apart. So, I mean, those are the factors that mitigate against keeping, for the moment, that office open. But we're going to try. I guess the question I wanted to ask council, in the past when these things occurred, council, I know with Ange Caruso's office, took a position in actually had a resolution drafted to be sent to the court administrator's office. Do you want to do that in addition to Alex's letter, or simply let the letter?
Let the letter go, and then we can do this as a follow-up sometime in the near future, probably.
Yeah, cause they're not planning on closing their
Yeah.
office till 2014 or 17 or something like that.
It's
Yeah.
4 years
Till
hence.
he's- yeah.
Well, the only thing and I can't answer this for sure, they're gonna start planning budgetarily, so they're gonna make a decision, not then, but this year, as to what they're
Exactly,
gonna.
that's the way I understood the article in the paper and the emails I received.
Once they
Joe
make that
Chapman.
decision, it's gonna be extremely difficult to undo it. So it's not something we can wait till 2013 or 14.
No, but we can do the letter
Right.
now.
We will let now, that's fine.
Okay, all right.
You think we ought to do a letter for Joe Paterno's family? Might be a good idea, he married a girl from Latrobe, a Baldwin girl.
No, let's not.
What do you think?
Want to send your condolences.
Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, Tuesday, tomorrow, January 24th, meeting at the Unity Township office to discuss the library. And Jim said, let's 10:45 now.
What, for the, there was I got an email about, a 10 o'clock meeting to include about, contracting out police services with and it was changed to 10:45, so I assume that would be the same thing.
What?
Contracting police services to the college.
Yeah, St. Vincent College.
Yeah, but that's this meeting, I don't
This is
understand.
the
They
library.
were scheduled at the same time.
Oh, so that yours is at 10 o'clock? And-
Mine was changed from 10 to 10:45. I
Oh,
got
so the
email
one at
today.
Unity Township's probably still at 10 o'clock?
That's probably why they changed mine, yeah.
Oh, okay,
All right.
Was St. Vincent wants you guys to come out there and start patrolling?
For, yeah, contracting service, kinda like they do for the school district. Like down at the stadium for football games, things like that. Actually, there's, 4 or 5 places that are interested in that. Actually, the school board itself. But they have to go through the Unity Township supervisors. It's kinda like having their blessing. They have to make a resolution or
No, I think they have to basically empower our
With the
police
resolution.
to enforce their local ordinances. A little more than give a blessing, but yeah, you're right, Jim.
Jim, one of the things that they talked about on this library thing is having a referendum on the ballot as to whether or not to put tax dollars into, you know.
Similar to what we did in the 50s.
Yeah, not for us, but for Unity. Is there a cost associated with that? If you do that, I guess there would have to be some.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanna make sure that, I think what Unity wants to do is they want a referendum on the ballot to see whether or not their people wanna pay for it, because they can't make decisions for themselves, so.
Who is the library board wants
The
a
Unity
referendum?
Township
Unity Township
supervisors.
supervisors.
Oh, they are the ones
Yeah.
seeking to actually have a referendum.
That's my understanding, and if they wanna do a referendum, then the cost of that referendum has to be on them, not on us. 'Cause we don't need a
We
referendum.
already did ours.
I know, we don't need a referendum.
No, that would be there.
So I'm not even sure why they need to talk to us about that, because if they wanna do a referendum, they don't need us.
Well, maybe they're trying to talk, this meeting is to extract more funding from the supervisors above and beyond what they have pledged.
No, that the supervisors called this meeting because,
It could be they perhaps may want us to increase our tax and I guess in effect join in the referendum.
you know,
And
they,
I'm just saying that could be the reason. I'm not saying we should.
I just wondered how, if there was a fee to do those kind of things, referendums.
My guess is there are going to be publication costs on the ballot. Now, whether those are borne by the state or county tax dollars, or if Unity has to pay some fee, I can't answer that for sure. But my guess is, it's an additional cost at the time of voting. Somebody's going to have to bear it, just to get that referendum ready.
Are you going to that meeting, Ron?
I don't know, I didn't know what time it was, so if it's 10, I can go. Unless somebody else wants.
Is there anything on the agenda regarding your request, Jimmy? Is that request still in effect about the truck task force?
No, it's been taken care of. I advised them to contact some of the other chiefs and they did so, and then they ended up calling the Auditor General, and they explained how to do it, so it's not a problem.
All right, Thursday, January.
Thanks, Ken.
No. Thursday, January 26th, Alex is having a meeting with the Westmoreland Conservation District to discuss Lloyd Avenue, 6th Ward issues, and a parking lot at the old school administration on Main Street. That's Alex. Meeting with PennDOT January 30th to discuss the Lloyd Avenue bridge. Meeting with the Westmoreland Redevelopment Authority February 8th. Starting back working with the 5-year garbage contract that expires June 30th of this year. That's all I have from Alex.
I've got two things I wanted to bring up. One is, I bring this up every month, those crosswalks. Joe, you just
What crosswalks?
The crosswalks at the
The
side of the
stamping.
schools, yes.
The stamp,
What the
yeah.
heck's
Well,
going
no,
on?
I think I had mentioned on last month's meeting that, we have not gotten any positive response from the bonding company. The only option left, and I have to get it prepared, is a complaint and civil action against, ST Construction, I think they're called, from Ohio. And that's where we are. We're
Well,
gonna
how
have to
long
see-
are we gonna wait for the bonding company? It's been.
Well, no, we're not gonna wait any longer. I had indicated I'll get working on it, and I'll have a
Okay.
complaint I'll have it for you before, March's meeting. Or actually, probably by the end of February, I'll have it ready. We're gonna have to go after them. That's the only thing we're gonna be able to do. They're not responding, they're not indicating any fault, they're not indicating that they wanna try to work out a corrective situation.
Don't we have, from the concrete expert show that there was, what was it like?
Yeah.
Well, workmanship or something like that?
Materials handling expert, yeah.
Right. We had
Indicating
that done.
Okay.
that it was improper floating, is basically his conclusion.
Which is poor workmanship.
Yeah.
That basically is what it was, for workmanship.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to engage a contractor of our own, because I can see the testimony coming to a point, he's gonna say poor workmanship. They're gonna get somebody on the stand that says, well, we did it the proper way, so we're gonna have to.
All you have to do is take a picture of it and show it to them.
You know, just because something goes bad doesn't always mean it's the fault of the one who put it there.
Whose side
Sometimes
do
it
you
is.
want?
Huh?
Whose side do you
playing
want?
devil's
I know he is.
I'm just
I know
trying to
he
say,
is.
you gotta build the strongest case you can. And we
Yeah.
want
So in the
engagement
meantime,
on
we're
that.
just gonna let these things go and
Well-
further deteriorate and
You
get.
go in, you look at Greensburg's, same company did
I know,
Greensburg's.
Stuffy, it's.
They have tons more traffic than what we do,
Mhm. And
and
there's a build up.
ours is entirely worse shape than what theirs is.
And how can it be anybody
Indiana,
else's
yeah,
fault?
too.
Indiana's too.
How can you even say the wear of concrete in 2 years is not poor workmanship? How can they say that it's
Well,
concrete?
Well, they're
We
gonna
have,
say,
we have to get it settled in court.
whether
We
they're
should
gonna
proceed
say we
immediately.
didn't seal it, they're gonna say any
Don't
number
screw
of
around,
things.
sue.
Well,
It's all
they
black
can
and
start
white.
what they're gonna
All
say.
right, well, we don't
It's
wanna,
a little
we're
Yeah,
not gonna
let's not
argue this
get
here,
into it.
but,
All right,
okay.
anyone else?
The other thing is, with our recent approval of the code enforcement office being returned to a full-time position, I know personally that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on the effectiveness of that office, and I want to see some measured results that come with her full-time status now as opposed to the part-time status. And one of the things that concerns me is that it seems like when they cite someone for a code violation by mail, that there's little or no follow-up done subsequent to that notification being sent. We need to make sure that there's follow-up done within the prescribed period of time, and associated with that follow-up, our code book provides for fines of up to $600 for most code violations. We could be talking about junk and scrap signs, billboards, streets, sidewalks, vehicles, and personal property storage, whatever. But we never fine anybody. Is this right? I mean, am I wrong to say that we don't fine anyone?
We can't.
We can, but
Now,
how
the
do
magistrate
we?
fines,
Huh?
magistrate fines.
Right, I mean, we can, and how it's so rarely done that we don't have any teeth.
And I think we said
In
before.
these codes.
Yeah, if our ordinance needs more teeth, or.
We don't, it's on the books, that's what I checked
We
my
just don't
code,
do
Steffi, I knew you'd have yours here. I went through that code book before today, and I looked, and each one of those code violations provides for fines up to $600.
I was told one time, I won't mention who it was, but he said, us as a council has to go to Mr. Mahaney's office and start demanding stuff off of him. Cause he's the one who has to put the bite in our law, the fines and stuff like that.
Well, they have to be issued.
We have to send
We
you
have to
the
I heard he was
Hey.
already sent a couple of individuals we had trouble with. He
Well,
was back off.
you know, that's fine. I mean, Mike is, you know, he's allowed, to do what he has to do. But the fact, I mean, we gotta send people, there should be a steady parade. There's enough code violations in this town that, to keep him busy almost full-time. And we need enforcement of those codes. And we need a code enforcement officer who is going to proactively seek these violations and cite the homeowners for the said violations, and she needs to be willing to do this on her own. And in order to justify her full-time status, and I feel very strongly about this, and I think Mayor and the city manager and whoever else, and Joe, if you see violations, my God, turn them in, and Jimmy, whoever. You know, turn them in and let's get this ball rolling. I mean, there's just too many violations that go unpunished.
Anybody else? Okay. Jim?
I'm just looking to see here. No, I have nothing yet.
Joe?
Oh, I don't know if you guys knew this, but St. Vincent is going to be using our roll-off boxes. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
College? Yeah. We need to deal with them.
And
We
Joe.
can start, yeah.
And Joe.
Yeah, that's good. Anybody else?